So welcome to week 2 of training, everybody. Week 1, I didn't quite hit my goals, but I did start forming really good habits. And for week 2, I really want to start building consistency. I want to build my weekly mileage a little bit higher, start doing more cross training, really adding some structure to my workouts. And consistency, it's probably the most important thing to me in terms of my training in my life. Even though you build up consistent habits throughout the months and years, you can have these down periods, a tough race, a time off, focusing on work, on your family, where you kind of fall out of those consistent habits. And so it takes a little while to sometimes build them back up. And kind of like Pavlov's dogs, where once you're first trained, it's kind of easy to develop that consistency going forward if you've fallen out of it. So that's really my intention for the next few weeks, is to make it a part of my lifestyle and make it so that each day I don't force myself to train. I look forward to it, and it's part of what I do. But that's the point of this week, is to keep building those habits, hit the higher mileage, and really start pushing my body in training, because last week I was feeling pretty good. Still a little creaky, but this week I think I'm feeling really good, and I think I can do something pretty special this week. So enough of me, let's get to me. Hot damn, we got a 12-mile run in. After hitting 10 miles yesterday at a pretty quick pace, I did not think I was gonna do sub 8.5 minute miles tonight, let alone the last mile. I was in the 7s, and there was a brief period where I got down to about 550 per mile for like a brief sprint, not long, but I'm happy. My hamstrings are super tight, but I've been hitting the deadlifts as expected. But again, very little tightness in the quads. I'm ecstatic. I think you can see right now that my positivity is pretty high. You didn't see me the last few weeks leading up into Cruel Jewel, but it just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. Not depressed, a little sad, but overall just not motivated. And that lack of motivation just made me feel down and sad, because I'm like, this is what I like to do, and I just don't like doing it. I know we all go through slumps, but I think I'm taking like the steps to really get out of it, and to really start this week off right with some good training, go into this week. And I'll lay out my goals as the week goes on, but really I want to hit some decent miles, but I want to get in my strength training. So a 60-70 mile week with 3 solid days of strength training, shit, I can get that. So I'm tired and I'm hungry and I don't feel good, but trying to do a little bit every day. I had a long day at work. I'm not physically hurting enough to take a day off. I'm a little sore, so I'm just gonna go for a quick run and see how it feels. Just a little bit every day. Get the body moving. I'm starting to shed some of that bloat from all the sauna suit and all the crappy food I ate this weekend at Disney. And so I don't want to lose that consistency. I want to build some really good consistency. Just make sure that I keep my body moving, that I don't fall into that laziness. Yeah, just I can't say it enough ways. Just building consistency, and that's what I'm gonna do. Not gonna do it anymore. Let's go. So I'm back. Oh Jesus. Oh, sweat. Oh God. So I'm back. That was pretty quick for me. It was probably even quicker for you guys, but did a nice 4-mile run. And I'm really proud of this run, because 6 weeks ago, it would have taken me way less to talk myself out of a run like this. I would have been thinking about that flank steak I got in my fridge that I want to fry up. But the point is that I want to keep consistent, but also I want to do recovery miles. This was not a hard workout. It was a recovery run. But the difference between an 8-minute 20-second mile and an 8-minute 50-second mile over 4 miles isn't just 2 minutes. It's the recovery. The benefits I would have gotten from that 8-minute 20-second per mile run probably wouldn't have been that great, honestly. Probably almost zero. Whereas a nice 8-minute 50-second mile pace, that got me going slow, my heart rate slow. I was cruising. Instead of just sitting my ass on the couch for the night, I went out, got a little workout, and now tomorrow I'm gonna be back hitting it hard. And I'm not to say that, there's not days where we should rest. Hell, I'm probably going to do at least 1, maybe 2 rest days this week because I'm planning a long run this weekend. But my point is that when you're not physically injured, when you're just kind of like feeling meh, go for a walk, go for a 1 mile run, a 2 mile run. Do something, get your body moving, get the blood flowing, get a little sweat. It's always good to do something, even if mentally you don't want to do something. Form that consistency, build those habits. And that's what I'm going to take into this week, is try to build that high mileage, build that high strength training volume, and just keep bettering myself one step at a time. We try to do too much all at once sometimes, and when we do too much all at once, we can't form build that consistency. If any point I want to make in these videos over the next few weeks is just setting myself up for success. Set yourself up for success by just forming these habits, by being consistent, and that's all I got for now, because like I said, that flank steak, it's not going to fry itself. I need it. Man, that recovery run yesterday, that worked wonders. I feel great. Gonna hit a nice 10 miler today. Maybe we'll get crazy, do a 12 miler, but I got 10 on the books, and that's what I plan on hitting. And yeah, that recovery run, man, I was feeling sore, tired, but I'm like, you know what? Get out, move them legs. You're gonna feel great tomorrow. Here we are tomorrow, feeling good. There's not many trails right around my house, so I try to get as much off-road miles as I can. Just hitting these a little bit, really sandy as you can see. That's nice because I got a race in the sand coming up. So not focusing on speed, not focusing on time, just getting out here, putting some miles in, setting myself up for success, and just motivated, happy, motivated, happy to be healthy, happy to be running, and happy to be able to share this journey with you. So let's get it. Okay, so it's Friday, I have the day off, so we're gonna go for a nice 4 mile run in the heat. You know, keep getting used to that heat. Dressing in what I'm gonna wear during Immolation, you know, cool ass bucket hat, arm sleeves, you know, bright colors, reflecting that sun. And then later we're gonna do a strength workout, and then tonight we're gonna go for a longer run, aiming for an 8 miler, hoping for 10, but I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna sweat my ass off because it builds character, but it also gets me used to that heat that I'm gonna feel during race day. But made a lot of good progress over the last week, so I want to keep that progress up and just keep transforming my body, transforming my mind, and getting out there and doing my best. So we went ahead and turned that 4 miler into an 8 miler. I was out on the course and I asked myself, how bad do I want Immolation? When am I really gonna get fired up? When am I really gonna start pushing myself? Is it next week? Is it the week after? Is it the week before the freaking race? And so I went out there and I did 8 miles and I feel really good about it. And 8 miles on paper, it's not great, but in this heat, it's a little more impressive. But even more impressive than that to myself is that 6-8 weeks ago, I could have given you a dozen reasons why I should stay inside today and not run in the middle of the day, let alone run at night. Take another day off. I would have talked myself out of it. And I have this positivity and this motivation to go out and run an 8 miler when I only planned on running 4. In this crazy heat, it is actually super hot out here. I cannot stress that enough. I need to go inside and get a drink of water right now. But before I do that, I just want to say that I'm excited that I keep stoking that fire. I keep boosting myself up, and I actually have to temper my expectations. I have to like pull back a little bit just not to do too much. I don't want to go out there and kill myself only for next week, the week after to burn out. So I'm bringing this positivity back into my life that I really needed. And I'm just gonna tell you that I'm happy. I'm really hot right now. I'm really tired, but I'm really happy. So I'm gonna hydrate. I'm gonna get some food, work on some videos. I really got a lot of videos to edit, this one included. And I'm just gonna spend the rest of the day focusing on my family, my training, just enjoying life. I'm just gonna enjoy life. And I'm trying not to make these videos like too sappy and too like, you know, motivational speaker type, but I'm really trying to speak this motivation out into my life and live this motivation and just be positive. So that's what I'm gonna do. I hope you like my positivity. If you don't, then I'm sorry. I'm sure as the training keeps going on and I keep getting more and more tired, I might get a little more gritty, but for right now, I'm gonna stay positive. So let's do it. So something else I want to say about, you know, quick little workouts like this, little 30-minute, 15-minute workouts, they all add up at the end of the week. I like getting a good 45, 60-minute workout in, but if I can only get 15 minutes in, I've seen improvements at the end of the week. Not quite as much as when I can really devote, like I said, that 45, 60 minutes, but it's a noticeable improvement. It's much better than doing nothing. And you may be thinking like, oh, what's 15 minutes? Well, 15 minutes is 5 sets of push-ups. It's 5 sets of push-ups and squats if you superset them. And you can get a really good burn doing this workout in 15 minutes. And I'm a big proponent of these little workouts throughout the day. You got 15 minutes at lunch between meetings or, you know, between running around doing errands. Just do something. It may not feel like a lot, but it's a million times more than just sitting on the couch. So if you're feeling good, if you want to move, get a few minutes of workout in. It'll boost your energy. It'll make you feel good, and it makes me feel good. Even if I could get a quick 5 sets of squats in and a couple sets of mace swings, that's way better than doing nothing. Structure is good. Structure is great to have, but it's also good to stop and refocus on how you're feeling, what you're doing. It's one thing if you stop and you go, I'm just feeling tired. I'm just mentally tired. I don't want to do anything. That's not a good refocusing. But when you change up your plan, you know what, I'm gonna hit a really hard run in the sun. Maybe I'll cut back at night. Family, they wanna go hang out. Maybe I'll hang out with them, and let's move some of that work to the weekend. Let's get some of that higher volume stuff the next day. So I'm droning on here, but what I wanna say is don't be afraid to play it by ear. On a week, you should set goals. I set goals for myself. I set kind of flexible goals. I have about what mileage I want to hit. I have what days I plan on doing stuff, but I switch shit around all the time. So don't be afraid to go into a workout or a run, switch it up, run shorter, run longer, change the next day. Just do what feels good to you. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you consistent. Have fun, be consistent. And that's what has kept me training for the last few years, and that's what I kind of lost over the last few weeks, few months that I'm trying to get back, and I'm getting it back. So I got some sets to finish up. I've been talking for a while right now, so I'm gonna have all this energy to lift heavy. So let me get back to that, and let's have a good night. Okay, so about to go for an afternoon run. This run's gonna be anywhere from 8 to 20 miles. I got this 4-mile loop that's around my neighborhood that I'm just gonna hit and use my house as an aid station, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling really tired today, and part of that is for a reason that I didn't want to mention, and that's that I quit using nicotine. I've been using nicotine for the past 2 months to deal with some stress and anxiety, and I actually feel like it's been really hurting my running performance and also increasing my anxiety. It's having the exact opposite effect. So I went cold turkey about 24 hours ago, right before that really hot run I did, and that was a reason for that was to sweat it out and to kind of, you know, kick off my, my cold turkey on a good note. And here we are, but over 24 hours later, trying to continue that, trying to get a run in, and just trying to get motivated. But yeah, I think it affected my sleep last night. I'm just feeling kind of like hungry and tired. So hey, you know what? Making healthy changes, if I'm really serious about my performance, then I gotta get serious, and that's all there is to it. Better treat my body better diet, better running. So yeah, just trying to be the person that I want to be, and I didn't feel good using nicotine products. Anyway, let's go. I'm gonna check in each loop, and then yeah, that's gonna, I'll like I said, 8 to 20 miles. That's what we're aiming for today. Okay, so instead of the 4 mile loops, I decided to front load it a little bit and do an 8 miler to start. I usually get really bored when I do loops, and so by the third one I usually quit. And I'm pretty dedicated to hitting 16 today, so I figured that first one, hit a solid 8. This next one, do a 4 or 5, and that last one, you know, round it off with a 3 or 4. That way I kind of mentally kind of keep engaged, because man, I learned from backyard ultras and just from training that loops, they're boring as shit. I like point-to-point adventure type stuff. It's a good run, mentally, physically. I'm all here. I'm all about it. The nicotine withdrawal, that's kind of getting me a little a little tired. All I want to do is go inside, lay on the couch, throw a nicotine pouch in, have a beer, and just veg out and be a lazy slob. But that's the withdrawal symptoms talking. Motivationally, man, I'm mentally there, physically there. Even though I've been doing all the working out, the hot run yesterday, I'm feeling good. I'm starting to finally hit my stride. I feel like I'm getting back into it. Yesterday's run, that really kicked my ass in that heat, and so I was a little worried. And so just doing 8 miles right now, it was pretty easy, and I'm looking forward to the next 8 miles I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm in a good place. Like I said, that devil on my shoulder saying go inside and do some bad habits, but the angel on my shoulder saying, nah, you know, fuck him, let's go out and let's get this run done. And we're going to listen to that angel, and that's what we're going to do right now. So I'll check in 4 or 5 miles, last check-in, and then finish up the run, and yeah, just enjoy a solid night of running. Okay, man, that's 13 miles down, and I gotta say, I'm feeling good. On Monday, I hit a 12-miler. And I practically dragged my ass in to finish that run. That was a tough run. And so tonight, hitting 13, hitting a mile more than I did Monday at a faster pace, like, god damn, I'm feeling good. Plus, I'm excited for this last 3. So not only going further than I did on Monday, like also ready to go like 3 more miles. Like, so I'm feeling good, but not to talk too much shit about myself yet, about how good I'm doing, but let's go hit that 3 more, and then I'll give one final update. Whew, so that was the last 3 miles. 8 minutes, 25 second per mile pace for 16 miles. You know, overall I was a little slower because that was my moving average. I have to add a little bit for these stop breaks, but overall moving average 8:25. Man, it feels good. I feel like I'm back. I'm getting back to it. Like, there's some runs, like the run I did on Monday, where it was 12 miles. I got to the end of it and I'm like, oh man, am I gonna be hurting for the next 3-4 days? Then you have miles like this where I get done with it and I'm like, okay, yeah, I pushed myself, but man, with tomorrow, with some stretching, I'll be ready for a 10 miler by tomorrow night. And you know, of course, I'm not gonna be able to, you know, just speed through that, but I'll be able to hit an easy 10 tomorrow. And these are the runs that I like, where that I need, that this is me, where I push hard, but I know that, man, in a day, I'll be back to it. It's that training where you get done and you're not sure if you're going to be feeling like shit for 24 hours or for 72. And that's what I have been missing for the last, 2 months is not only the mental aspect of it, the mental getting fired up, but also the physical, like, man, just, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was, the nicotine as I spoke of. I don't know if it was just poor eating habits, poor recovery. It could have been a lot of things, but all I know is that I'm on the path right now to doing the right things, and I'm happy about it. I got a long way to go. I'm not just saying, hey, this is, I'm back. No, it's going to be a lot of work over the next few weeks, and it's probably going to be some downs, but I'm going to keep trying to look for these ups. Yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to say tonight, is that I know it's going to be ups and downs. I'm on a really good up right now, but you show your true self with how you handle those downs. And I had a really, really big down those last few months, but I'm handling it now by taking steps to better myself. I always pride myself on how I handle myself at my lowest, because it always feels good being at your highest, thinking you're king shit. But when I'm at my lowest and I look back and I go, man, I was really hurting or tired or just not motivated, and I could pull myself up, that's when I'm most proud of myself. So I'm going to keep trying to be proud of myself, and I'm going to keep trying to get this training in. And I'm going to let you guys go because you're staring at this sweaty, fat piece of shit. Okay, enough bad talk about myself. Let's get inside, let's have some dinner, and let's get ready to train for tomorrow. So week 2 of training is now complete, and I have to say, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I hit 50 miles. I did want to hit a little bit more, but honestly, I think I hit hit the cross training a little too hard. I was a little over ambitious in that, but it's ultimately a trade-off between if I want higher mileage and lower cross training or a mix of the two. And being that we're so far out from the race, I want to prioritize cross training to really strengthen my body. I think the cross training, it really injury proofs my body, and it allows me to go further and longer. And in a race when I'd be hurting and sore, I can tough through it. My body's holding up. So yeah, for right now, I don't mind dropping the weekly mileage a little bit to get that cross training in. However, going forward into the subsequent weeks, I really want to up that weekly mileage. I want to do like a minimum of 60 miles per week up until race day. Honestly, I'm kind of like debating on even taking a deload week. If I keep seeing improvements in my training, if I keep getting faster, if I keep getting stronger, I'm not gonna really take a week off. If I start hurting and then things are really not going well, or I'm plateauing and I'm just really slogging through it, yeah, I'm gonna take a deload week, drop the mileage, drop the weight training, focus on recovery. But we're just gonna see how my body feels, and that's really what I am focused on, is training how my body feels. In a given week, I have mileage goals, I have strength training goals that I set for myself. If I hit those, then great. If I gotta back off, it just means that I either overreached and try to do too much, or hey, maybe I planned a little too light and now I wanna go a little heavier because my body's feeling good. So my training, it's very much perceived exertion based. It's, like I said, each week I set goals that I try to hit, and then I see how I'm doing halfway through the week, end of the week, and I adjust as I see fit. It's very minimally structured. There's a very loose structure to it, and I try to hit that. So that's, would I do better if I had a really strict training schedule and super structured? Honestly, I don't think so. I like going out. I like saying, okay, this is between an 8 and 14 mile run. I'm just seeing how I feel. You know, maybe speed up a little bit, cut the miles down, maybe slow down and see if we can just, get a lot of time on feet. So anyway, all that's to say that going forward into the next few weeks, really want to up the training, really want to start functionally overreaching to eventually get to that point where I need a deload week. If I don't get to a deload week, it could mean that I'm not pushing myself hard enough. But also, like I just said, if I'm feeling really good and I think that I'm seeing improvements week after week, then screw it. Let's just ride with that. So honestly, it's all about enjoying the training, having fun, and for me, just doing what makes my body feel good. So yeah, this week, I think it was an excellent step forward. Wish I could have done a little bit more, but hey, you know what? I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling like I'm gonna go into next week with that fire, with that motivation to see what I can do. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching this. Again, I hope that you're getting something out of these videos, whether it just be entertainment or hopefully some of the tips and stuff that I've been spewing throughout the whole thing, they make some sense and they help you out. But I'm gonna say, like I said in the last video, I'm really enjoying making these. They're keeping me accountable. They are making me actually explain what I'm doing so that I can see if I'm just talking bullshit. And so far, I think I've been saying things that make some sort of sense. So I'm having a good time. Hope you guys are having a good time. And I really look forward to going into week 3 with that fire, with that motivation, and doing something amazing and getting ready for that Immolation race. So thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys watching, and that's all I got. Thank you very much.